Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Let's go, baby, let's go!
From a championship backfield to your morning drive.
Hands to Hester, and Hester, yep, got it, 5 out of 5!
You're locked in to Off the Bench.
Flynn is back to throw from the end zone. Boom!
Live from downtown Baton Rouge, here's Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Yo, and welcome in to OTB here on this Thursday morning. You heard Tay-Tay. We are live at Pro Dreams yet again. Every single home game on Thursdays during the football season. Always remember you can go to them online, pro-dreams.com. Jake and Flynn here. Alondra and Tay-Tay back in studio. How we doing, sir?
Oh, man, we are doing good. Excited to be back here. Thursday, home game. Pro Dreams, just sitting in the midst of amazing memorabilia, jerseys, helmets, pictures, whatever it is. They got it here.
They certainly do.
I'm excited about it, man.
Certainly
I'm
do.
still looking at that Zach Morris tank top over there. If it keeps staring at me long enough, I might walk out of here with it one day.
I think you just wear it throughout a show one day.
Okay.
I bet you won't.
Bet.
Oh, man. So you also heard Tay-Tay there. We'll get to the Garrett Nussmeier going to likely play in this game against Southeastern. I know something you and I talked a lot about yesterday on multiple shows. We talked about that. Thursday night football is not great. Bills-Dolphins.
Yeah, the Dolphins could come back. You never know. We get another opportunity to see the best quarterback in the NFL play.
Tua Tagovailoa?
Yeah. Remember that throw he made in the national championship when he came in off the bench?
That's true. That's very true.
Yeah, it kind of just seems like all the socials and the messaging and the videos coming out of Miami right now is a little cringeworthy. But look, they're still NFL professional football players and still can go out there and have a heck of a game. So you never really know. None of the primetime games up to this point this year have disappointed. So we hope.
This one's going to, but it's also fair.
It's just a fact.
Yeah, it's not going to be great. The Bills are good. The Dolphins are poo.
Yeah, but they still have a puncher's chance. You know, Tyreek. I was watching some clips of Tyreek actually running some routes, and he's still got it. He's still really fast, and he's still getting open. They just haven't gotten the ball yet. Yeah,
it's an issue.
It is an issue. And it might be to his brain. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Too many bruises on it. I should have asked Doc that yesterday. I had it in my head. We just started talking about some other stuff.
You also have some bruises on your brain.
No, I don't have any bruises on my brain. I was never diagnosed.
Like I said, you got some of those.
A lot of undiagnosed concussions, apparently. But I did want to ask him about because Tua has been in the news a little bit because of the disaster that's happening over there. But look, we're 2 weeks into the season. You never know what's going to happen. It's like them and the Bears, right? Everybody thinks it's like everything's burning down in their facility, which it could be. But on an NFL football team, let's give them a little bit of benefit of the doubt 2 weeks into the season. I'm hoping that the Dolphins play well to make the primetime game a little bit interesting. I like sitting in my bed at 10:15 at night, still locked into the end of the game.
Yeah, you might be watching Rice and Charlotte on the college football field tonight.
Nah, Bob. I don't think so. The Owls?
We've had a whole segment about Owls.
It spilled over to a couple other segments, too.
Yeah, it did. It did. So let's don't do that because I know how your brain works, bruised and all. Mm-hmm. It did come out yesterday, and Tay-Tay mentioned it there in the lead up to the show, that Garrett Nussmeier is going to play on Saturday. Brian Kelly said, I think he needs to play. Garrett wants to play. He's capable of playing. So
I don't know if he needs to play, but I'm sure he wants to. What you think?
Well, I mean, every player wants to play.
Needs a strong statement. He's got a lot of experience.
So he mentioned dialing it back kind of at practice and dial back a little bit, maybe, what he's doing out there. So trying to protect him maybe during the week and try to get some maybe rest there. that's certainly, something you can try to do. He also mentioned he's now on the other side of it because we were able to protect him. So this week is an opportunity for him. He's doing some things at practice that he hasn't been able to do in the last month. We are pretty excited about what he can do this weekend. So, when you get quotes like that, it does sound like he is progressing, and whatever torso injury that he has is getting better right now, and they feel like he is ready to go. And when BK says he needs to go, what does that say to you?
It says to me that the offense needs to get into a rhythm.
Yeah.
And they need to go out there and execute against somebody with a different color jersey on, different color helmet on, and just getting a little bit more of a rhythm. Or it says that if he was a young player, a new player, saying that he needs to get more game experience and get a little bit better, which isn't the case. So, it's basically he's telling us that they need to go out there and rip it a little bit in a game situation instead of just doing it in practice.
Now, would this be a situation where, okay, we know the opponent, we know we're going to have a lot of opportunities in this game, and some of those things that you haven't done in the first 3 games, let's see if we can get them done? Like, hey, we got to at some point see how far we can push this deal. And last week,
what are you talking about? How far you can push it? Like physically push the ball down the field?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, you can figure that out in practice. You don't need a game to do that.
You do have a different adrenaline in a game than you do out in the Ponderosa.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, certainly you do, but you don't have a lot of adrenaline against Southeastern.
Dang, Tay-Tay.
What?
That's where Tay-Tay graduated from.
That's fine. That's okay. I love Southeastern. I really do. I'm a big fan. Very hydrated. Love the people over there. I do. It's just we're talking about LSU right now. And we're talking about a quarterback with a torso injury that we personally know nothing about. We don't know the significance of it at all.
Yeah.
But like the word need to go out there, I don't agree with. But it's not up to me to agree. I'm not the one in the building. I'm not the coach.
Look, Brian Kelly's been doing this long enough and he's hopefully, talking with the trainers, and they're saying, okay, well, here's the deal, here's the plan, here's what it could be.
Yep.
And he has all the information right there. Mm-hmm. And if he knows what it could be,
yep,
and he still decides to play him, then he feels good about it.
I think saying needing is not so much from a physical standpoint. We need to go see how far we can push the ball. It's kind of like the old Game 3 of the preseason. Like, we need to – our offense is not where it needs to be, probably because of this torso injury. Now that we're on the other side of this thing, now that we're feeling a lot better, let's go out there and try to get our offense tuned up a little bit. This is like a kind of a tune-up game. You go out there and what did a coach want to see in the old I don't even, is it Game 2 of the preseason now where they play the start? I don't know the whole schedule. So that's why I'm going to revert back to when we played back in our day. CTE, OTB, here we go. Game 3 of the preseason, it's like, all right, you're going to go play a full half. Starters are going to, because this is a tune-up game. This is our get-ready game. And you go out there, you try to get in a rhythm, you try to move the ball, get the right down and distance, stay on schedule, push the ball a little bit down the field. So that's what this kind of feels like. We need to get into a rhythm is what I'm hearing.
Tiger Dog inside the Bayou 4 chat asked this question. Flynn, would you sit or play this weekend with a bigger game next week? We talked about this early in the week. You had a situation where you had a bad ankle sprain, even a fracture, if I'm not mistaken, and you sat out against Middle Tennessee State. I don't know who we had the next weekend. I don't remember the 07 schedule that well, but you did sit out a game.
Yeah, I didn't want to
look it up.
Like if I was Garrett Nussmeier, oh my God, yeah, like let me go out and play. It hurts me to not be in a practice. It hurts me. Well, it hurt me in Middle Tennessee to go out there and see my offensive line, my running backs, my receivers having somebody else call the play in the huddle and taking the snap.
Well, if it makes you feel better, sometimes I was having to call the play in the huddle. If it makes you feel any better.
Yeah, it kind of does, actually. Okay. But it's not up to the player. whether you want to play or not. It's not up to the starting quarterback if you're,
We had South Carolina at home the next week.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now, it was like I couldn't, walk, but so that was a thing.
Yeah.
But I was like, yeah, numb it up. Let's go. Let's play. I don't care who we're playing. But it's not up to – that's why things like that aren't really up to the player. The coach it's the coach's job to, protect him from himself. But anyway, we're not saying that Brian Kelly should do this or should do that. We're just giving our opinion based on a low amount of information that we have and what we're guessing. And all we know is that we're playing Southeastern, and we know that based on reading the tea leaves that the offense has been a little different. But if he truly is on the other side of this thing, and it is better, and they can do, and there is no risk of going and straining or hurting something more. We don't know if it's a rib. We don't know if it's an ab. We don't know if it's he hurt his sternum. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows what the heck's happening?
That's what Doc said. Well, it could be anywhere from under the chin to right above the pelvis. Oh, okay. So small target.
Yep. So we don't know. He might have got hit in the jewels one day.
Inside the Bayou Ford chat. Game 4 is our tune-up game. Good grief. Well, you can tune up for the SEC portion of your schedule. I know you've played an SEC game, but now you're taking a break out of conference, and so you can absolutely kind of do that, and you can
especially
hit
if you started out slow.
Yeah,
especially if you haven't. If this is we're playing a lot of hypotheticals here, and if the offense has been a little bit subdued to this point because of an injury, we don't know that it has, but reading the tea leaves, connecting the dots with what we did a little bit earlier in the week with, different pass attempts behind the line of scrimmage, how many pass attempts very short. If you're starting to unleash your whole offense because he is over the hurdle with his torso injury and he can start pushing it down the field, it can be a tune-up game. Absolutely. And your offense has not performed up to its standards. So when Brian Kelly says he needs to play, that tells me that he needs to go out there because we got to get this thing rolling. And how do you do that? You tune it up.
Moonfish inside the Bayou Ford chat. This needs to be a 200-plus yard rushing game, in my opinion. Establish rhythm with the passing game, but limit shots on him, and don't let the linemen pin their ears back.
Southeastern linemen?
Yes.
Don't let them pin.
Yeah, don't let them pin their ears back.
Yeah.
Like we talked about in the run game yesterday, it's not right now a physical problem. I think some different things have had to happen now that we kind of know what's going on with your quarterback. Mm-hmm. And so if he's better, as Brian Kelly mentioned, progressing, better than he was a week ago, I'd like to see some different stuff in the run game too.
Yeah, we got to establish the run game. You got to be able to set the edge. You got to be able to move your man, especially this week, and start just execute it, run it. Yeah, I'd like to see him run every single play.
Moonfish, I like this one too. Are there improvements you guys want to see on the defense before SEC play, or is it perfect? I like that one.
It's perfect.
It's gosh, I mean, nothing's perfect as we know, but my God, it is close to football erotica when you watch LSU's defense. The coverage has been incredible. The pressure has been incredible. The tackling, more than anything, maybe, that I'm most excited about. And Flynn mentioned it yesterday. Even if the first guy doesn't get him on the ground, which oftentimes they do, there's like 2 or 3 people coming with bad intentions to clean it up.
Yep.
We didn't see that for a long time. Mm-hmm. How many times did you see a safety the last 2 years just miss kind of right there in the alley, and then all of a sudden the other player's going 60.
Yeah.
The other player's going 40, hitting his head on the goalpost because nobody else
missing the alley. Guys
there.
Taking bad angles because they're not running full speed. Guys getting blocked for a second and then kind of giving up and not fighting to the end, which is something that is foreign to LSU Tigers. So we're so back, baby. We are so back.
Yeah, no notes on the defense.
No notes
right
until they force us to make some notes, and I don't really see that happening. Too much leadership.
Yeah,
too much talent.
Yeah, and the mentality's like, if you don't think it's there, you didn't watch last week. And what I mean by that is when you had your captain go out in Whit Weeks, then you had West Weeks go out in the game, and everybody that you continue to bring into the game right there in the middle of your defense continued to play with the same attitude, the same mentality, and at the same level. Like your green dot, the guy that hears the coach in his headset goes out. The next guy that's wearing the green dot goes out, and you just continue to find a way. And then all of a sudden you got a third week's brother in there at the end of the game. But, like, you never missed a beat. It's not because those players that went out aren't good. They're starting for a reason. Week's one of the best players in the country.
Yep.
But because the mentality and everybody bought into the same thing, the same philosophy of what we're going to be, not what we'd like to be, then that's what happens.
Yeah. I mean, you were able to keep up that play, even though Lewis, the equipment, had to probably run into the locker room and get the sheet of green stickers to go put it on somebody else's helmet. Because that guy his helmet was not equipped with a speaker inside of it.
That's very
true. So they had to put a speaker in there. They had to run and get the sheet of standard green circle stickers and put it on the back of his helmet.
Actually, I'd like to. I'm going to try to find that information out.
Like, how did that?
Before we get out of here?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to find out how that actually all went down. So, no notes right now on the defense. And again, I would say that the way they played in the fourth quarter against Louisiana Tech still makes me believe that they're going to play in the fourth quarter like that, regardless of who's in against Southeastern. And that's going to be something that is going to continue to make me very happy about how this LSU defense is playing. West Week's injury status right now, I believe on the broadcast it was a calf strain. Gordy reported that after he came out of the tent there. Again, you have some big ones. You got some big boys coming up, and that position group has shown that guys can step up. And so I don't know the status, but I'd be surprised. I mean, just knowing what you have coming up and what West Weeks has meant to you. So
it's pretty specific injury there. Garrett has a torso, but we got the specific muscle, calf muscle.
Yeah,
should just be a lower extremity.
Yeah. So Gordo was on the case during the broadcast.
Oh,
yeah,
he got it
in and out of the tent. Gordy got it.
Was he in the tent?
Well, West kept going in and out of the tent.
What about Gordy popping his head in there? Probably.
Yeah, why not? I mean, what you got going on in here?
Hey, what are y'all doing?
All right, we'll take our first break. More OTB when we come back. Again, we are live here at Pro Dreams right off of Burbank in the OG Walk-Ons Shopping Center. So, come say what's up. Come knock on the door. Come buy something. Come buy some sports memorabilia. More OTB when we come back.
Off the bench.
All right, go to GoTommies.com, GEAUX, Tommies with the Y.com is the website. You will clearly see the difference when you go there. You can check out testimonials of past clients. You can check out past client results, things they've done for your neighbors here in the greater Baton Rouge area, right? And we always tell you, if you got a custom job, don't be afraid to ask Tommy and the team because they can get that done as well. That's why they are the best. That's not just us telling you that. Angie's Super Service Award, they have basically just won that every year over the last decade. What about best windows in Baton Rouge in the Advocate? Well, that went to Tommy and the team over at Go Tommies. Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding. GoTommies.com.
That's right. If you got a project going on and you need windows, you need doors, you need siding, whatever it is, you got full lifetime warranties on all of those items that they install. We're talking Hardy Plank siding. We're talking big, beautiful windows, safe, protected. You will clearly see the difference. So call Tommy. If you got a project, that is GoTommies.com.
It starts with one thing. I don't know why. It doesn't even matter how hard you try. Keep that in mind. I designed this rhyme to explain in due time. All I know, time is a valuable thing. Watch it fly by as the pendulum swings. Watch it count down to the end of the day. The clock takes life away. It's so unreal. Didn't look out below. Watch the time go right out the window. Trying to hold on to didn't even know.
From players to legends, Hester and Flynn break down LSU football like only champions can.
All right, welcome back in. It is OTB here on this Thursday morning, and we are live from Pro Dreams. Pro-Dreams.com is the website. Check them out today. And the New Orleans Saints play the Seahawks. By the way, you can find a lot of great Saints stuff here. A lot of great Saints memorabilia.
I see a little Drew Brees. I see a lot of Drew Brees.
There's a lot of Drew.
A lot of Drew in here.
I see some Arch. I see some Ricky Jackson. I see some Taysom Hill. Ricky Williams in a wedding dress with Mike Ditka right behind you.
We were talking about this the other day in our sports card endeavors. Not that many valuable Saints cards out there except for Drew Brees that we've seen.
Yeah. We're sitting there in the break and we're like, okay, and this is the ceiling, so it's a big one. Mm-hmm. New Orleans Saints. So Drew.
Carry the two. It's got to be Drew.
Got to be Drew.
Low shot.
Got to be Drew. It's okay. We have
not even a rookie.
We have many more players that are near and dear in our New Orleans Saints hearts from growing up. Craig Ironhead Hayward being a personal favorite.
Sure.
Who could forget about the Cajun Cannon? Not us.
Not us.
We're not going to do that.
Nope.
The Saints hope they got the next Cajun Cannon in Spencer Rattler. And some good things were said.
Yeah, good things.
Him.
Very good said.
Saleh, former NFL head coach, now back with the 49ers as the defensive coordinator, mentioned that he believes that Spencer Rattler will be a household name by the end of the year.
He sure did. High praise. I mean, coming from a guy that was a very recently a head coach in the NFL.
Yeah.
Only 32 of those teams in the whole world.
Yeah.
32 of the greatest teams in the world. Certainly they weren't good, but it's still an NFL team. And a head coach, defensive coordinator, been in the league a long time. He was in Seattle when I was there. Great dude. But had high praise, has seen a lot of really good quarterbacks, has played against a lot of really good quarterbacks, has game planned against them.
Yeah.
And for him to kind of come out, I don't even know if he was prompted on the question or not. But yes, said Spencer Rattler would be a household name because of how twitchy he is as an athlete, how competitive he was, how accurate he was, and decisive he was. And that's one thing about that I've seen from Spencer Rattler up to this point is very decisive with the ball. Whether you like it or not like where he's going with it on a down and distance, he's taking what the defense is giving him and he's decisive with it. And he is confident in his reads and a confident player, man. I mean, go back and watch that clip of I think he scrambled out. He got a first down. He broke he took didn't slide, took a shot head on and broke 2 or 3 tackles right there, spun out and got a first down. One of those plays that will endear you to the rest of your team.
For sure.
And make even guys like Cesar Ruiz play a little bit harder.
Wait a minute. Hold up now. Let's not talk crazy here.
But look, I
haven't gone for dose yet. I don't think we need to start talking about Cesar Ruiz, okay? It's only 7:26 in the morning.
That's a good point. My bad. That's on me, guys. Forget, let's clip that last part.
We only talk about Cesar if we're giving his failing grade.
Sure. But 3 of those 10 plays were good.
True. Okay, true. Wrong sport for that to be a good deal, but yes.
This baseball would be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we talked about the quarterback we didn't feel was going to be the issue.
Yeah, and you were all over that. I mean, gosh, before the preseason, you said that if the Saints are bad, which right now they're 0-2, you said it's not going to be a quarterback issue, and it hasn't been. That has not been the reason they've lost these games.
Now, he still has to win a game. Whether it's his fault, whether it's not his fault, it doesn't really matter at the quarterback position because, right or wrong, you're going to get way too much praise and you're going to get way too much criticism, no matter how the team is. That's why football is such a beautiful and the greatest team sport out there because it takes everybody. But he does. He's going to if he's got to put the team on his back and win it himself and make a play, he'll have to do that. But wins and losses is at the end of the day the only thing that really, really matters, but you have to kind of take everything at face value. We know where we're at with the Saints. We know what we're doing with a brand new head coach and kind of the top-down roster, but it is getting noticed. And I believe, just looking at the socials, it is starting his game. His play is getting noticed as, okay, pretty good. I don't even know what the list was. Was it QBR or something? He's 9th in the NFL up to this point.
Yeah.
We looked at the stats of the day. He was middle of the pack, pretty good on one of the stats.
I mean, almost every single category, he's at least 18th or better.
Yep. And so he's playing well. Now, you got to win football games at the end of the day as a quarterback, but a lot to be hopeful for, and it is getting noticed by former head coaches. And I'm sure if it's getting noticed by Robert Saleh, it's getting noticed by everybody.
Yeah, it's he's veteran defensive coordinator, too.
He's just the one. He's just the first person to say it out loud.
Because he played him,
And look, the sample size is there, but the things that Spencer Rattler is doing well is not fluky things. Like, he doesn't go out and scramble and throw across his body and make, like, these big, huge plays that were big, flashy plays. That is not a sustainable thing. But what he's doing...
Yeah, there's only one guy that should be doing that. There's just multiple that are trying to do that.
Right.
In the NFL.
Sure.
And it's getting them in trouble, actually. Yep. So you should actually be happy.
Yeah.
He's not trying
you look at like Anthony Richardson last year. Like, so last year he comes out and he throws that one, like the 85-yard pass in the air, touchdown. Like, that's a flashy thing. Everyone's like, oh my God, this guy's going to be great.
Yeah. Had you thinking, woo. But then you thought about it afterwards and you're like, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm talking about. So young quarterbacks can go out there and make these crazy plays like that. And you're like, oh, wow, that's amazing. Caleb Williams last year, he made all these incredible plays. But then at the end of the day, he wasn't working the offense.
Yeah.
Spencer Rattler is operating the offense efficiently the way it's supposed to be. You work it, and then the flashy plays, the big plays will come off of that. You don't have to force. He's not having to force it. So what I'm seeing from his game is like the consistent gameplay will continue because of his discipline and willingness to take your checkdowns and be decisive with his decision-making, be accurate with his throws, the short to intermediate throws, and then his ability to escape and create and avoid disaster plays. That is a really good recipe for continuing to play well, and then the big plays are going to come. The moments are going to shine. The flash plays, they will come. But I think that there's not going to be a regression type deal. Like, it's not fluky how he's played up to this point.
No, I don't think so at all. And he needs some guys to step up too. And you can say, well, yeah, the pass needs to be here. To Matt's point on Monday, it wasn't perfect, but there's 90 guys, it feels like, but truly there's 31 other guys that you feel like can go make that play, right? If you're running a post and it's a little bit on your back hip, or if you're Juwan Johnson, and I'm not saying that's an easy catch, but you're a pass-catching tight end. You're certainly not in there for your blocking, so you got to go help your quarterback out. Go make those plays. Those are a couple of plays that if you help him out, you go make them, you might be at worst 1-1.
That throw to Rattler's throw to Olave was behind back hip for a touchdown. Yeah. That's one where both of y'all look at each other and y'all both tap the chest. Yeah. That's on me. And then Olave's like, "Nah, it's on me. I should have had it."
Right.
That's that type of play.
It's so tough, Matt. When you watch a game and you watch like Malik Neighbors and what he does against the Cowboys last week, guy a hand over his face, pulling his head to the side, he can't even really see, and he makes a catch for 45-yard touchdown, whatever it might be. And I'm not just saying Malik because, obviously being an LSU guy, but there's multiple examples like CeeDee Lamb and Brown and Chase and all these, like, they go and they make that play. And the Saints need somebody to make that play right now.
Yeah, with the roster deficiencies you have, you have to steal games and you have to make play. Like, you have to make those type of plays. Like the above average, like really good, man. Olave, that was a great catch, man. Way to go, man. Yeah. Pat on the back. Way to help your quarterback out a little bit.
You got to. Those are plays that if you make them, again, I think you have at least one win, and you're trying to get one on the road against the Seattle Seahawks. We'll break down that game when we come back here on OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, go to trashrangers.com. When you go to trashrangers.com, remember you can sign up for residential or commercial service right there on the bottom of the website. You can also check out that information on those roll-off dumpsters. 3 different sizes to choose from, and make sure you got the right size. How are you going to do that? Well, you're going to give them a call. 225-612-2477 is that number. And even if you mess up, if you say, I thought I was going to have this, but actually this, it's okay. They're going to come and they'll empty that dumpster. They'll bring it back to you as well. Go to their brand new website. Got a little upgrade. Go to trashrangers.com.
Yeah, Trash Ranger, they got this beautiful website right here. So, like, if you're in need of trash or waste removal, no matter what it is, whether it's residential, commercial, sanitation, roll-off dumpsters. So, like, the roll-off dumpsters, it's like you can make a big job easy with these. They're fast delivery, flexible rental terms, and no hidden fees. Residential, they will pick up your trash and give you text reminders the night before pickup. So never forget the trash again. TrashRangers.com.
Tigers turn talkers. This is Off the Bench.
All right, welcome back in. It is OTB. Again, we are live on location here at Pro Dreams, pro-dreams.com. Before we break down the Saints and Seahawks, I want to remind you about our friends over at Campus Federal. CampusFederal.org is the website. Once you go there, remember, you can open an account right there on the homepage. You can have a conversation with them in the bottom right corner of it. I mean, you can do all of that right there on the homepage. They've got different checking accounts depending on where you're currently at right now, what you're currently looking for as well. And again, all that information is right there on the homepage. You got a little Lanyap Light checking, Lanyap checking, Young Adult checking, Campus Classic checking, so many different accounts to choose from because they want to make sure you have the right account. CampusFederal.org, again, is the website. All right, the New Orleans Saints are 7.5-point dogs.
Golly.
Right now to
7.5.
the Seattle Seahawks. And this game's going to be on the road. And
I actually don't know what I expected there.
The Seahawks,
but it was shocking.
The Seahawks beat the Steelers last week. They lost to the 49ers in week number 1. The 49ers made a late comeback in that game. But they did look good last week against the Steelers. And maybe some of our judgment got clouded a little bit for the Steelers because they went out there and the way they played against the Jets. Maybe the Jets aren't good either, but it was a nice victory for the Seahawks. Sam Darnold did throw 2 interceptions, but he also threw for almost 300 yards. He threw for 2 scores. Kenneth Walker, the third, ran for 105 yards on only 13 carries. Now, Zach Charbonnet had 15 carries for 10 yards. That's 0.7 yards per carry for those keeping score at home. But still, Kenneth Walker was able to have a big day. His longest run was only 20 yards and still had 105 on just 13 carries. So a little bit of a mixed bag for the Seattle Seahawks here in the first 2 weeks, but it's a big number.
It is a big number. Yeah, I was watching that game because I've been watching a lot of the noon games because we have little flag football practice in the afternoon, so I'm locked into the noon game. So I've watched the Steelers play the first 2 weeks. And so it was the Steelers-Seahawks this past weekend. And I just don't think the Steelers are very good on defense, honestly. I mean, Justin Fields, played the game of his career. He looked like he was back at Ohio State, you know what I mean, against the Pittsburgh defense did not look very good. So I think it's easy to get, especially from a Vegas standpoint, easy to get really high on the Seahawks right now. They probably got unlucky to lose that first game against the Niners that Brock Purdy scrambles out, throws just like a jump ball in the end zone. It's about to it's going right towards the defender, and a guy makes an incredible play for Brock Purdy to win that game. But yeah, it's I think they're probably pretty good. And Sam Darnold, you think Minnesota's thinking about little seller's remorse on that one? On the Sam Darnold played so well last year for Minnesota Vikings. Got that big contract from Seattle. I don't think Minnesota even tried to sign him back. They're like, all right, it's J.J. McCarthy or bust now. Yeah. And I think they're starting to realize that. I think Sam Darnold's a pretty good little quarterback in the NFL. So he's now with Seattle. And I don't know. I still kind of root against Seattle. So
why?
For no reason. I mean,
why would you do that?
They're actually good to me. You know what I mean? But I still root against them. Just from the competitive side.
Yeah.
But 7.5 is a big number in the NFL.
The Broncos. I get it.
Seattle is a tough place to play. It is very loud in that stadium. I don't know if it's as loud as it used to be back when I was there and playing against them in that stadium.
Yeah, it was one of the toughest places. Yeah.
It was loud. Now, I think a lot of it was artificial. A lot of crowd noise being pumped into that stadium, I think, but it was still an intimidating place to play. So we'll see. Look, 2 games in. Nobody really knows what any of these teams are except for like the for sure top dogs in the league right now. We know the really, really good ones. But I think it still remains to be seen on who the bad ones are.
I think you're going to see one of those tonight, but with the Dolphins.
We'll see. All right. So, look, 7.5 is a big number. I'm going to stay on the Saints train. I'm going to say they're going to get it figured out. They're going to make one of those plays that we've been talking about.
All right.
Olave is going to be happy, and he's not going to look like he's concussed out there, and he's going to make some big-time plays this week. I'm going to say that.
All right.
I'm going to keep saying they're going to win.
Until they win.
And then I'm going to be like, I told y'all. Told y'all they were going to win this one. It's the playbook.
You also, need some credibility here, too, you know?
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Yeah, you got to have that now.
That's what I'm going for.
Big J journalist over here. Okay. Trevor Penning is questionable. Chase Young is questionable. Trey Palmer, questionable. So you're still dealing with some injuries there. You'd love to see Trevor Penning back to try to solidify anything that they can solidify with the interior of the offensive front because Caesar's not going to. We don't want to say his name too loud. It's too good of a morning.
Should we whisper it from now on?
Caesar.
You are not allowed on this show to say his name at full volume voice. You have to whisper it.
Okay. Caesar. All right. Don't want to be a poser. Caesar.
Poser, what a word, man.
Yeah, how about that?
Let's bring it back.
First one of the day.
What a great word it is.
Yeah.
We used to use it a lot in middle school. Yep. I think it came to fruition and popularity from the skating community.
Was it?
I think so.
Skating. We were talking about blading?
Like blading. Like, you remember like middle school you'd wear what were the shoes called that had the wheel on the
Heelys.
back? Heelys. Yeah, you have the Heelys or you have the grinders. Like it was it had had like the little arch in the middle of it that was like fiberglass and you could like grind like you were on skates. You remember those? We had a
right tackle. I'm not going to say his name. You can look it up if you're going to. In San Diego.
Okay.
And he was notorious for any dynamic edge rusher that we played against. He'd tap his hip. I'm going down. I'm like, so you're going to leave me on Tom Bodley. You're going to leave me on Terrell Suggs in pass protection.
I'm squeezing.
Like, you're going down. Like, that's notorious. Like, if it was, like, he could kind of make a case that he needed to squeeze whatever. I'm like, dude, come on, bro. Like, you did not. And so, one time I got really mad and went over to him. I'm like, hey, I didn't know Healy made cleats. He's like, what do you mean? I go, well, your cleats don't have wheels on the bottom of them? Because I swear to God, the guy just pushed you right back into me. I was just wondering, how'd you get that sponsorship deal? He got so mad. I was like, dude, we're winning the game by like 3 touchdowns. Like, check out. So that's how I know what Heelys are.
All right, and the huddle never fails. You remember these? Soaps. Shoes. They had the little arc. And do you remember this? You could like grind on like a bench or something, a park bench. Oh, dude. Gnarly.
Okay. On that note, with him saying gnarly, we'll go ahead and we'll take a break before.
Soaps. What a pull.
Before he starts bringing out any more of these terms. More OTB when we come back.
Off the bench.
You'd be shredding some gnar before we get out of here. All right, go to getgordon.com. Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys, always doing big things throughout the state of Louisiana, from top to bottom and everywhere in between, from Shreveport to Monroe, Alexandria, Baton Rouge, Lafayette, New Orleans, down on the bayou, wherever you're listening to us in the state of Louisiana, the G Team can help you out. Go to the website, getgordon.com. Call them today. Your area code, followed by 888-8888.
That's right. If you've been injured, whether it's on the job, whether it's in a car accident, call the folks that care, that can fight for you, Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. And, if you want to, there's still a little bit of time left, just a couple of days left in the billboard competition. So if you want to design a billboard, the G Team, Gordon likes to have fun with their billboards, spread the word, and you could design that as well. So go there. Submit your design right there and get Gordon to get it done. G-Team, getgordon.com.
2007 champs, purple and gold to the core. This is Off the Bench with Hester and Flynn, Baton Rouge's go-to for all things Louisiana sports.
All right, welcome back in, OTB. I thought we were going to get that one. I was going to breathe a little bit.
I know.
Getting excited. It's one of the things here on location. The music kind of stops in your ear a little bit.
I thought I was back in the LSU weight room with Dillman and Earl yelling at me.
Yeah. Crank the diesel.
Hey, dude, I had a
What was the one they used to, the pain leaving the body? What was the, gosh?
It was Chop Suey?
I don't remember. We used to have Scott Cochran and Dillman and Moffitt and
we got confirmation
Vic.
too from Alondra that indeed the term poser is from the skating community.
All right, I thought it was from the surfing.
And I'm going to say probably so I was in middle school, so that would have to be 98, 97, 98, something like that. You poser. I had a good time yesterday afternoon chopping it up with you on Off Campus with Jimbo Fisher.
Yeah, we did. Jimbo, so typical on Tuesdays, Jimbo's the co-host with me and EJ. He had to move days to Wednesday because he's working for the ACC network now, so he's doing profiles and different things. And so he had one of those on Tuesday. But this man's football memory. So we were talking, he was talking about, I don't even know how we got there. It was conference games and you got to treat your opponent this, that, and the other. He's like, even when we played Kentucky in 2006, you remember that, Jake? I was like, no.
No.
I was like, what? He's like, yeah, you scored 2 touchdowns on 48 hornballs, and he's like, Matt hit this, that, and the other. I was like, Matt? In 06, he goes, yeah, he came in, threw 2 touchdowns, and he knew the play from a random-ass Kentucky game in 2006. We won 49-0. Okay.
Yeah.
He knew the
All right,
play
Jimbo.
that you threw 2 touchdowns as the backup quarterback that day.
Yep. He said it when I got on. He was like, you remember your stats from that game? I'm like, nah, dude. I don't even remember I played that game. In 06, you talking about the fourth quarter?
Yeah.
When we were up to 35-0?
I think he said he threw a touchdown to Bo, though.
No big deal.
Yeah. Scored 2 tuds that game. You threw 2. Not that big of a deal.
Not
4
that
tuds
big of a
between
deal.
us. But, he's a good addition to the show.
I bet he is. It's I can imagine how 3 people would be tough doing an interview, chopping it up like that. How's the rotation go? So you, EJ,
well, we treated
Jimbo,
you a little bit different. We double braked and we just had a 30-minute slot because we knew. We were like, it's just going to be some random comments. It's going to be squirrel.
Yeah, sure.
So we blocked off 30. But, typically you just go down in order. Yeah, and then Jimbo goes out of order.
Oh, no doubt. Jimbo's I got to get in there.
We had John Summerall on, the Tulane head coach, and fantastic, by the way. One of my favorite interviews every single time. And it was going to go me, and then Jimbo, and then EJ. And I would go, Jimbo would go, and then Jimbo would go again. And then EJ would go, and then Jimbo would go again.
And then at a certain point, it was just a conversation between him and Jimbo.
Yeah, it was. But they got a big one. They got a biggie. Tulane traveling to Ole Miss.
Yeah, they do. Excited about that.
Tulane's already taken down a school out of the ACC, a school out of the Big Ten. They beat a good Sun Belt team. They add SEC to the resume. They could lose an American game, win that championship, and be in the college football playoff. They've played Ole Miss tough before. They've played Jackson Dart, Ole Miss, very tough before. This Tulane team's good, man.
Yep, and we
don't let the score fool you last week either. They beat up on Duke. Duke scored a garbage touchdown kind of late in the game.
Yeah. And can we just get how amazing that'd be? Get an LSU Tulane playoff game
in Tiger Stadium.
Tiger Stadium.
It'd be awesome.
That means we wouldn't get a bye though.
Yeah, no, but we get a home game.
I know. That's pretty sweet.
I know. Look, Hunt,
would that be a no-win
before you
situation?
text me, Hunt, I know it's not smart. I know.
We get
it's an extra game.
It's fine.
We're meatheads, okay? We want to see a playoff game in Death Valley.
But think about the economy. Think about the Baton Rouge economy.
Yeah. Do you even love Baton Rouge?
Yeah. You love the restaurants and hotels?
Yeah, people asking the question.
Yeah. People talking, Hunt.
Yeah. So I'd love a home.
Oh, it'd be
game.
so sweet.
Oh my God, it'd be electric. Mm-hmm. And if it was them, an old rival, they'd bring people too.
Be tough to get a parking pass, probably though.
It's all you ever worry about is a parking pass.
It is.
If this man's going to a game He's only asking questions about parking pass.
I do not like to. One of the few things that stresses me out in life is having to fight for parking spots. Don't like it. So, sometimes it's a deciding factor whether I'm going to a game or not.
It's 1,000%. I have heard you say you're not going because of it.
Yeah, you're right. It's not a sometimes. It's an every time. If I don't have a parking pass, I'm not going.
And it is not.
And yeah, maybe that's spoiled.
It's not to
I don't
make
care. I'm fine with
You're
that.
spoiled.
Come on, Cobble.
You're a poser.
Someone in the chat actually said that they were using the word poser in the 80s.
Really?
That's shocking to me.
I thought it was 90s.
Well, I mean, it was popular. Maybe it's just a middle school. Maybe everyone just says it in middle school.
Maybe so.
You poser.
Yeah. I feel like there's a movie that really honed in on the poser stuff. I don't know what it is, but I'll look it up. I'll ask your friend. Your friend will be able to tell me.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, which movie kept saying poser like it was cool. Figure that out.
It is cool. Still cool. We're bringing it back. Let's bring it back, Baton Rouge.
All right, poser. Yeah. All right, more OTB when we come back in hour number 2. Continue breaking down the college football and NFL slates, and we'll do it right here from Pro Dreams.
Off the bench.
All right, go to yourgoodwood.com. That is the website for Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Always remember, you can pick up the phone, give them a call at 225-4GD-WOOD. Open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. right there on Drusilla Lane in Baton Rouge. And you also, when you go to the website, you can find a full list of services, pricing options for you. You can find, questions that your neighbors have asked with Goodwood right there on the homepage as well. But we fully encourage you, contact them, have a conversation with them, tell them what you're going through, and they're going to be able to help you get the answer you've been looking for. Yourgoodwood.com.
That's right, man. We're talking right to you because, man, we have these bodies, and as we get older, as we age, things start to happen. Things start to malfunction a little bit. Things don't work the way they used to. But don't settle for that mediocrity. Give them a call. Go see them. Get a consultation. So don't settle for that mediocrity. They can help you scientifically, medically, fix anything that is happening with you. So go see them about pricing, their services. Go see them. Yourgoodwood.com.